I don't feel well. Right, so I better stop. It is the 8th of January 2016. It has been 6 years since I decided, no, I didn't decide that a tree was a good thing for my ankle to meet, but it's been 6 years ago today that I was on a sledge with a friend and collided with a tree, and I've been in a bit of a mess since. It has impacted on my nerves, as in nerves in the musculoskeletal system, not nervousness nerves, but it actually also has done that too. So massive impact on my mental health since then, because I've had a few comments from people say things like, you aren't trying physio, you aren't, like, just daft throwaway comments that they don't think about, but then it eats away at me in my already not great brain, because I overthink things as it is. Really don't need anyone adding fuel to that fire. But for all who did, thanks very much. They perhaps don't know that they've done it. Perhaps it's just been, like I said, a throwaway comment. But really, at one point, I was in my wheelchair and I couldn't even go it. It was a manual wheelchair that I couldn't propel myself, big self-propelling manual wheelchair, but I couldn't do that because my asthma then was agitated. I don't like word. Whatever. Bleh. Spent a lot of time in hospital. Oh, back down here. Oh, when did that happen? Oh well. No, I'm going to sit up. I'm going to make an effort to sit up. Such a big effort. And then my mental health just, wow, takes a nosedive, because I'll think of people around the world that haven't even got shoes. Like, how do you get to that? Well, actually, that's quite logical, because I'm only putting one on with my Airwalker on the other. Airwalker, big boot. Can you even see that? I don't know. Right, so I have my lovely, if you can see this, my lovely rollator. Seriously, 31 I am now. Am I? Yeah. And you wouldn't choose that to wander around. People stare, which really doesn't help my mental health. I think, are they staring at me? Are they staring at that? Are they thinking things? And then I start thinking what they're thinking, and assuming what they're thinking, and putting into, not words into their mouths, but thoughts into their brains, and then saying it to me when they've just given me a look, or looked twice. And that's where I go. And then I take a nosedive and think, there are people in this world that fight every day for one meal, or, gosh, 5-year-old children that haven't got any parents, and they're wandering in countries where they're going to dumps just to get bits of metal to give, or plastic bottles to give to somebody for 5 pence that day, and they can have a little bit to eat, and it just, eats away at my brain, just goes straight to meltdown, and then I'll cry and be an absolute mess for quite some time, and then I'll go to, it's all insane, and here it's just a big, everyone's like that, or are they? I don't know. Okay, shh about that. So, 6 years ago, I did that. Then I ended up with a lot of problems. By accident, things went wrong. with the casts on my leg. Had a back slab put on incorrectly. Had fiberglass cast put, good lord, that's hard to say, a fiberglass cast put on incorrectly twice. So that was 3 casts that were on incorrectly. I ended up, they told me I'd be in the Stookie, Scottish word for a cast on a broken limb. Or possibly like 100, I don't know, shh. Okay, I digress. Again, I'm going to do that a lot. So, where was I? See, I don't know. Brain fog. The Stookie. I was told I would be in the Stookie for 6 weeks. I was in it for 6 months. I was in one that was too tight and my toes turned black. I lost a lot. That's where a lot of things occurred. I don't have no blame. People think that I have blame. I want to. It's not like that. I don't care. I just want it fixed. Been on the hydrotherapy waiting list since it happened. Well, since they realised that there was such massive nerve damage. So, yeah, I ended up in a Stookie that I could, if I'd been able to, I'd have been able to slip it off if I could have pointed my foot a little, but I couldn't. So it was too loose. And one that was too tight, and my toes turned purple and black. Went back to the hospital. I laugh, it was not remotely funny. What is that? Excuse me, well, I just sort my face. So, and then I was in hospital with the Stookie on, with my blue Stookie on, because that's important to remember which colour, yeah. I had my blue Stookie on, and I was in the respiratory clinic, respiratory... Does everyone do this? I was in the respiratory ward in Glasgow Royal Infirmary, and the doctors were doing their rounds, and it was a weekend doctor who was only taking over, obviously for the weekend, for the one that was seeing to my care. And he came in, he looked at my leg, he looked at me sitting without no mask, no oxygen on, because I wasn't that bad, but obviously bad enough to be in hospital. And he went back out, brought in another doctor, went back out, brought in a doctor, that doctor that he'd brought in, plus with her he'd brought a female nurse, and the nurse was like, oh no, she's in for asthma. And he looked so relieved. I kind of thought, why didn't you just ask me? However, sometimes, obviously we get patients who aren't able to say, and I appreciate that, but you could have asked. But it was really funny. That was the highlight of all of my stays that year. Yeah, I had 5 that year. One in a pink Stookie, one in a blue Stookie, one in a raspberry Stookie, not pink, because different things happened when I was in. But always in for my asthma. I think I've been in twice for when it hasn't been asthma. Anyway, I'm just doing this to try and not be bummed out about the fact that that's 6 years since I properly walked unaided, and it's like a year and a wee bit since I've been waiting on a wet room. I have to have a hand with being in to get a shower, which is not, it's great that the service is there, but it's still not degrading, I don't mean that, but it's not ideal, or it's not what I don't know. It is what it is. But the same with the fact that 6 years ago today is when I collided with a tree, or my ankle collided with a tree with my leg straight out, and the rest of me not that way, and very strange things occurred. Now have a whole bunch of new labels that they like to, well, not they, and I digress. I'm not meaning things, I'm not blaming people, it is what it is. I am only talking to me, hi me, because I don't want to be sad. It is what it is. People are way worse off than me, and I've got my family, and there are some people that don't have that, and at the end of the day, that is all. And my cat, who's just decided to come give me a cuddle. Hey, cheeky. Alexander. Alex. Hello. Hello. You gonna say hi? Hello. He barks and it says, he makes lots of noises, but one of them it sounds like hello. 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 So cool when he does it, but he's not doing it, he's just purring. Good boy. So anyway, you can look at a cat whilst I talk. Let's see. It is what it is. I have my family who help me tons, and that is pretty much going to sum up how I feel. The scream! Is it a person hearing a scream? Is it a person screaming? Is it a... Yeah, that's... Ugh. My brain. Lots of cat toys. Lots of cat toys, and he sleeps in a box. He's got like 3 cat beds, and he sleeps in a box. It's a cat thing. I don't remember the reason. I did read it once, but now. Ugh, anyway. Done. So, I'm back down here. I'm very tired. I'm very... I don't know. I'm gonna try and... I don't know. I'm not... I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just me and... Ow, what is that? I'm sitting on a clementine, I think. Ow. Not ow, but just not the best. Anyway. That's it, and that's all. Clementine out, babe.